Are you looking for the best cheap 4K monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best cheap 4K monitors under $300 on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. ASUS VP28UQ G28. ASUS VP28UQ G28 is the best cheap 4K monitor overall. It has 3840 by 2160 resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, AMD FreeSync. ASUS is no stranger to the computer monitor market. They are well known for making high-quality displays and gaming-specific monitors. Their ASUS VP28UQ is another solid offering. It comes with a 2.8 display that sports a 4K resolutions, a 1 millisecond GTG response time, and comes with AMD's FreeSync technology. With AMD FreeSync, you'll need to pair this monitor with an AMD graphics card in order to take advantage of the variable refresh rate technology. As for the price, the VP28UQ comes in at just under $300. Overall, the ASUS VP28UQ is a solid 4K monitor that is fairly affordable when compared to other 4K monitors out there, and it has a slightly bigger picture and a lower response rate than our runner-up pick, the LG 27UD58B, all of which make it our top choice for the best 4K monitor under $300. Number 2. LG 27UD58B27. LG 27UD58B is our runner-up budget 4K display. LG 27UD58B has 3840 by 2160 resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, 5 milliseconds response time, AMD FreeSync. Our runner-up pick is LG's 27UD58B27 4K monitor. Like our top pick, the ASUS VP28UQ, the LG 27UD58B comes in at just under $300 and also features AMD's FreeSync technology. It does have a slower response time, though, but that is due to the fact that it sports an IPS panel instead of a TN panel. The IPS panel will help for wider viewing angles, though, so there are trade-off costs. If you're a serious competitive gamer, you may want to opt for the fast 1 millisecond GTG response time on the ASUS VP28UQ instead of the 5 milliseconds GTG response time on the LG 27UD58B, although most gamers likely won't be able to tell the difference between the two. Ultimately, while both the LG 27UD58B and ASUS VP28UQ are solid options, we felt the faster response time and slightly larger screen helped the ASUS 4K monitor stand out a bit more. Though, if you're not a gamer, you'd probably prefer the IPS panel instead, and in that case the LG 27UD58B would be the better option. It's also worth mentioning that you can get the 2.4 version of this monitor for just under $250. So, if you're looking for a smaller 4K monitor, that would be the best route to go out of the other options on this list. Number 3. LG 32UD60B32. LG 32UD60B32 is the best cheap 32-inch 4K monitor. LG 32UD60B 32-inch has 3840x2160 resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, 4 milliseconds response time, AMD FreeSync. Perhaps an even better option than the ASUS VP28UQ and the LG 27UD58B is the LG 32UD60B. In terms of specs, the LG 32UD60B does have a slower response rate. It also comes in $50-$70 more expensive. However, the LG 32UD60B comes with a larger 32-inch display, as opposed to the 28-inch and 27-inch of the 4K displays mentioned above. So, if you're looking for the largest 4K display for under $300, then the LG 32UD60B is probably the best option for you. Along with its larger screen, the LG 32UD60B also comes with AMD's FreeSync technology and a height-adjustable stand. Number 4. ASUS U2790VQ27. Cheap 4K monitor W/thin borders. ASUS U2790VQ 27-inch. It has 3840 by 2160 resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, 5 milliseconds response time. DVI and AMP, HDMI. If you're looking for an affordable 4K monitor that has an extremely thin border, then you might want to consider ASUS U2790VQ. ASUS is a well-known manufacturer of monitors, but they haven't been around as long as some of the bigger players. However, they are starting to become more popular by offering cheaper monitors than their competitors. Their monitors are a bit more stripped down, which is how they get lower costs, but the displays in their monitors are decent enough to where they are viable options for budget-oriented users. The U2790VQ is a 274K IPS display that comes with a 5 milliseconds GTG response rate. While it does come with a higher price tag and slower response time than the options listed above, its frameless design makes it an excellent option to use in a multi-monitor setup, as the thinner border will leave a smaller gap between screens. In the end, the ASUS U2790VQ isn't going to blow anyone away with its secondary features, but if you need a cheap 4K monitor with a thin bezel for a multi-monitor array, at just under $270, it will definitely do the trick. Number 5. ASUS U2879VF 28-inch. Honorable mention number 1. ASUS U2879VF has 3840 by 2160 resolution. 60 Hz refresh rate, 0.1 ms response time. AMD FreeSync. Another alternative to ASUS VP28UQG and Samsung's U208590D is the ASUS U2879VF. It has the exact same core specs as the other two monitors, and it comes in at a lower price than the VP28UQG, but a higher price than the U208590D. However, unlike the U208590D, it does come with a 3-year warranty like the ASUS VP28UQG does. It's a 284K monitor with a TN panel that sports a 1 millisecond response time. And it also comes with AMD's FreeSync technology, making it a great option to pair with an AMD graphics card. Ultimately, we chose the ASUS VP28UQG as our top pick, mostly because ASUS is more established than ASUS is. However, ASUS is no slouch either end, so if you want to save a little bit of money to get what will essentially offer the same viewing experience as the ASUS VP28UQG, then the ASUS U2879VF is worth considering. Number 6. Dell S2817Q 28. Honorable mention number 2. Dell S2817Q has 3840 by 2160 resolution. 60 Hz refresh rate. 2 milliseconds response time. HDMI and AMP DisplayPort. At the same price as the ASUS U2879VF 28-inch monitor listed above, you can get what is essentially the same display, at least spec-wise, in the Dell S2817Q. It is also a 2.8 monitor that has a 4K display. However, it does have a slightly slower GTG response time, 2 milliseconds for Dell's monitor and 1 millisecond for ASUS's monitor, and it doesn't come with AMD's FreeSync technology. However, if your plan is to get an NVIDIA graphics card, then the AMD FreeSync inclusion on the ASUS monitor isn't as big of a deal. And, in reality, the difference between 1 millisecond GTG and 2 milliseconds GTG response times isn't significant in real-world performance. So, the bottom line is that, if you have an AMD graphics card that can utilize the FreeSync technology, the ASUS monitor above, or our other top picks listed above that have FreeSync, would be a better option. If you have, or are getting, an NVIDIA graphics card, then this Dell monitor will give you an alternative to consider. Number 7. Dell P2415Q 24. Honorable mention number 3. Dell P2415Q has 3840 by 2160 resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, 6 milliseconds response time, HDMI and AMP DisplayPort. Another budget-friendly 4K option that makes our honorable mention list is Dell's P2415Q. The P2415Q is a 24-inch 4K display that comes with a 60 Hz refresh rate and a 6 milliseconds response time. However, its price tag is what keeps it towards the bottom of this list. At just a little under $400, it is one of the more expensive options on this list, despite having one of the higher response times and one of the smaller screens. So, unless the P2415Q were to go on sale for a significant discount, it's probably not worth considering.